Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and it is Monday, so you're going to get a Brooklyn weekly market update. John, I'm not in Brooklyn right now, but I'm seeing all of the data, and I could look at Brooklyn supply. It's at 32.13. Looks like it's ticking up a little bit. Show me that chart.
Yeah, it's ticking up a little bit. I mean, last week it was down. It's basically going sideways, Noah. I mean, the trend overall is somewhat down, but honestly, it's more flat at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we're down 22% from the last year, but when you look at relative movements over the last months and quarters, I kind of thank you for just saying what it is. It's just a mixed bag. It's sideways. There's just no direction or trend going on there, and that's what I see. Let's shift to the measure of demand in Brooklyn. I'm looking at the UrbanDigs pending sales 34.51. Johnny, show me that chart.
Yeah, so pending sales also down, less amount, down by almost 1%. What's interesting to me, Noah, is when I look at that chart, I can see it sort of topping out back in June, July. So that was the high for Brooklyn pending sales. And then it kind of came off, but it is really sort of, it just took the edge off, and now it's kind of going sideways a little bit. It's interesting here. The pending sales for Brooklyn has not decreased as much as you would have expected.
Yeah, it's just kind of topping out here. I mean, are we seeing a summer slowdown in Brooklyn? I mean, let's just go to the weeklies and see what we got going on here. I'm defaulted to the month, but I'm going to change to the week right over here. I don't know. I mean, supply is definitely down, but contract signs up. Let's go into those, Johnny. 1 week supply in Brooklyn, 205 things came back on the market. Show me that chart.
Yeah, 205, that's down 8% roughly from the week before, which was up 20% from the week before that. So it's really, really choppy at the week-to-week level, and that's kind of what we're seeing in the macro overall supply level. It's just a little bit up, a little bit down, and the net result is flat.
Right. But when I look at contract sign, John, I see up, and that's just crazy to me. It's just this market just does not fade away. The bids are just there. 203 things in Brooklyn signed a contract in the last week. It looks up about 7%. But Johnny, you're the statistician. Show me that chart.
Yeah, you're right. That's another week of Brooklyn over 200. And that is interesting to say the least. So it looks like we were just talking about how the pending sales Brooklyn sort of come off that top and started going sideways. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. We saw a little bit dip, if you can call it a dip, from below 200 for a couple of weeks, and then we're right back up there. So buyers are still out in Brooklyn in force.
Yeah, and we're still seeing a net deficit of inventory. That's why the market pulse is so high. I mean, there's just more stuff in contract right now than there is available for sale in Brooklyn. That's why we're over 1. It is quite something to see. Let's go outside of that, and let's go to the chart of the day. It's going to be a continuation of what we did for Manhattan, visualizing a leading indicator for coming Brooklyn price action. Johnny, please explain to our viewers what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so we're looking at Brooklyn sales here. That red line is the median sale price when we look at when things were signed into contract. The blue line is the median price based on when they closed. So the red line typically leads the blue line. And the yellow bar is just the amount of pending sales we've got. So now look, if you look at this chart, and I said this last Friday, but there's a lot of stuff going on, but that red line has a really sharp uptrend. That's because we're looking at the current quarter, and usually the ones that have signed are cash deals. So they're usually higher price deals that didn't have to go through extensive mortgage process or board review. So it's usually you get some higher price units in there first. That line is going to come down.
Yeah.
But here's what I think the interesting takeaway is. No, look at that blue line. Look how close it is to $1 million. And that yellow bar behind it, there is a lot of strength in these pending sales. We have a lot of pending sales coming that have yet to close. Yeah. And my prediction here, Noah, is I think in third quarter 2021, you are going to see the median price for Brooklyn cross $1 million for the first time.
Yeah, that is what's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, I'm looking at the red line here compared to the blue line. I don't see as much of that beautiful relationship I saw for Manhattan. But again, when you have that spike up, and I guess what we're looking at is we're looking at the recent closed sales, but we're also looking at that pending sales, as you mentioned, in yellow. That's a lot of stuff still in the pipeline yet to come through the sales pipeline, because that's all pending, right? So I mean, I just don't see how price action is not pressured to the upside. I mean, that's what the red line shows. We just don't know yet, since this analysis is kind of new, right, John? Let's just say, like, we haven't been doing this a long time. We just started. We don't know exactly how much that's going to portend the blue line. It's just telling us that that's where we think the direction is going. Correct?
Well, that's exactly right. And, with Brooklyn properties, I mean, look, this is borough wide. So you have a very wide variety of things that are, say, sub $500,000 to, townhouses and things that are over 5 million. So there's a wide variety here. But I think the general point is, with so many pending sales coming in, and then if you think back to the charts we were just talking about, where supply is sort of trending flat and demand is just continually strong, to me, you put these things together, tight supply, huge demand,
Yeah.
a big import, big strength behind the pending sales numbers, and you have these contract sign numbers that are the
Yeah.
early indication is that we're seeing a little bit of a pop here. The conclusion to me is we're going to start seeing median price for the Brooklyn market over $1 million. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see just go out. The recovery is nice to watch, I got to tell you. And I'm curious how long it lasts, John. I mean, is it a Q3, Q4 thing? And does it fade in Q1? I mean, does it keep going? This is the stuff that I'm really interested to see, is how far, how fast does this go? And we'll keep an eye on it. So, Johnny, thank you for pulling up all these stats. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We're both from UrbanDigs. Don't forget, if you guys got questions, we got answers. Please visit our forum right down over here. Other than that, this has been your Brooklyn Weekly Market Update. We'll catch you next time.